Hello and welcome to the Knights of the Smith Dinner Table actual play production of Hit Me With Your One Shot, where tonight we are featuring Dungeon Dwelling Creatures by Rugby-Melee Games. Tonight we have a guest game master. I'm going to exit the solo layout here and pop him up. It is John Watson of Rugby-Melee Games. Go ahead and introduce yourself, John.
Well, thank you for having me. As you said, I'm the owner of Rugby-Melee Games, which focuses on tabletop role-playing games, and we'll be doing a play test today of Dungeon Dwelling Creatures, or a one-shot, rather, not a play test, of a adventure called Death of the Dark Lord that is featured in the Quick Start rules and will be available in the main game, and then in this game you're featured as, for those that are Dungeon Crawl Classics fans, instead of playing like a warrior or a thief or an elf or something like that, you play things like a Wendigo or a hag, goblins, orcs, things of that nature. So we're going to jump into that and have some fun.
All right. And everybody who watches any of our shows already knows Dave and Mabel, but tonight we have a new player. He is a friend of my daughter, Harley, whom many of you may know. She has played in several of our shows. His name is Wyatt. Wyatt, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
I'm not going to make you do a long embarrassing since this is your first time on camera.
Welcome
All right.
to the Madhouse, Wyatt.
Thank you.
And with that, I am going to step back. I will be in the background, kind of running things from behind. So I will turn it over to John, and it is all your show, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right, gang. Well, thank you for joining me. We're going to jump into Death of the Dark Lord. Just one thing real quick. I know most of you played a game like Dungeons & Dragons. There is one small rule I want to let you know about first. So when I roll a die, I know you can't see my dice, but I will let you know what I rolled on the die. If you look in about the middle of your character sheet, you'll have your attributes. The very last one is Vile. And this is something that's new to Dungeon Dwelling Creatures as opposed to Dungeon Crawl Classics. Vile is a spendable attribute that you permanently spend to reduce anyone else's rolls. So if I roll and I tell you, oh, I got an 18 here on the die, you could all, as many as you wanted to, spend point per point of your Vile to reduce that roll. It's a one shot, so use it. You got to have one remaining is my only house rule. You can't just, lose all of your Vile because then you're dead. So we don't want that. So just wanted to explain that real quick. Otherwise, we will get to it. But so I know we've got Dave playing not a goblin, but the goblins. And then we have Mabel playing the undead Wendigo. And then Wyatt finishes out with the Swarm tribe. So interestingly enough, we have two of you playing kind of groups of monsters together, which should be a lot of fun. So, all right. Well, are there any just real quick questions before we get to it, gang? All right. Feel free to speak up if there are. So I will go ahead and give you a little bit of background story about this adventure. It is a one shot. And then read you some flavor text too. So you'll probably notice some kind of legally distinct references in here that we've changed somewhat. It's supposed to be tongue in cheek too, though. But so the war with man has been going on for a while. The Dark Lord, you're set up as his guardians in Mount Bane, where his giant maw lives as essence, and you are his protectors. The war hasn't been going that great, and you've heard rumors that it might even be to where you're going to lose the war, and that's where we start our scene. You're in the chamber with the Dark Lord and standing guard like you do loyally, and I will read some flavor text now. The war against man is not going as planned. Men have rallied together. Elves have aided them in their darkest moments. Your human saboteurs have been slain or banished. Even the trees have marched against the Dark Lord. But that is not your fault. You are guards, and your duty is to keep watch outside of your abyssal master's throne room. Spies have reported that the forces of man have joined together and marched into the lands of shadow. In this moment, two of the Wraith magnates met with your Dark Lord behind closed doors. Through the heavy doors, you can hear the most intense and hateful tirade that your master has ever given. The Wraith magnates continue to fail to find the Dark Lord's soul stone. The infernal gem was long ago lost and is in the Dark Lord's singular weakness. A distant explosion sounds all of a sudden. Out from the high window of the Black Tower, the volcanic Mount Bane explodes At the same time, a sudden baritone scream resounds from the Dark Lord's chamber. The doors explode off their hinges, chased by the withering flame that was once the living mouth of the fire that you called your master. So as soon as this happens all of a sudden, I want all of you to roll a DC 10 fortitude saving throw. You can find your fortitude save on your character sheets. It should be right next to your stamina. Okay. All right. We'll start with you, Wyatt. What was your result?
That is a 10 on the die.
10
is
on the die.
Middle number?
Yeah, the middle number being a triangle.
Yep. 13 total.
Perfect. Okay, so you're flung across the room, but you're kind of a sword. You kind of disperse and kind of cushion the blow like that, and you don't take any damage. Dave, what about your goblins? You got to roll for each of them.
Okay. Well, one of them.
Oh, you're on mute, Dave.
So one of them got an 11 plus 1, brings him to a 12.
Perfect.
The other one, though, is just busy chittering and chattering and making jokes. Rolled a natural 20. He doesn't even notice it happened.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so the one that got an 11, you're flung, but again, you kind of roll with it, and you hit the wall. You're just completely fine. The one that got a natural 20, just everything blows up, and you look, and then the doors are like on the other side of the room. Some of your friends are thrown around. You're just standing there, just unbeknownst to you, what just happened. All right, and then finally, Mabel, what'd your Wendigo get?
The Norse Foundry dice rolled a 20.
Oh, wow. Okay, 220. So let's say one of the goblins and the Wendigo are just kind of talking about whatever as they're on guard duty, and just this happens and no problem. Okay, well done. So nobody took any damage. Okay, great.
I was thinking about how tasty the goblins looked.
There you go. I love it. I love it. Okay. So this happens where you're standing on your guard duty, and I'll read you some more flavor text here. So the Black Tower shakes and crumbles. Rocks block the passage that was a twisting staircase down, your only way out of here that you knew. The only other exit appears to be the window that looks like about 300 feet down on the ground. In the Dark Lord's chamber, dying flames dance upon the empty and unmoving cloaks of the Wraith Magnates. The pillar that once held the Dark Lord's avatar, a mouth of living flame, is shattered through the stone, though the stone still glows red hot. So what do you all do? Well, actually, we'll start with Mabel. We'll start with you. What do you do? What does your Wendigo do?
Master dead? And the way's blocked. There's the window. He'll go to where the rock fall is and try to start opening up a way out.
So you move over there, and I mean, they're massive, like practically boulders that have fallen down. I mean, it would take even as strong that undead strength your Wendigo has. I mean, this would take days to move this out, and you would need a lot of help. So you're busy doing that, investigating. You do hear some grunts on the other side, but we'll get back to that here in a moment. Let's see here. So Dave, what are your goblins doing?
So the one goblin that got actually thrown against the wall walks over and just backhands the other goblin. You're not supposed to be telling jokes. We're on guard. Well, we were on guard duty.
Love it.
Wait, what do we do when he's gone? Were there any instructions for if he's gone? And just kind of brain wanders off because they're goblins. They're waiting for instructions.
Yep. Love it so much. Wonderful. Okay. And Wyatt, what's your swarm tribe do?
The swarm is going to look around, try and peek down at where the exit was, and start looking at the pile of rubble, see if there's anywhere where a single member of the swarm could try and squeeze through a little crack.
That's a great point, because you do have the ability, if it's a space smaller than 1 inch, you can scream through one per round since you're only first level. You only have like 1 5-foot area you got to squeeze through the swarm tribe. So Yes, you do find several spots that are about an inch wide that you think you could get through at least partially into the rubble. Would you like to go in?
We'll send one or two just to kind of peek through the cracks, see what's on the other side.
Okay. So they squeeze through and they see on the other side there's a group of orcs that were coming up the stairs, it looks like. And some of them are caught in the rubble, but you see they're like gathering together. It's about a dozen or so orcs, it looks like. Their leaders calling out orders, barking them out to the other ones. They have not noticed you. You know, the orcs, of course, are your allies, though.
I'm going to see if I can get enough little guys through and look at them and all together, all at once say, we have a few friends on the other side of this fallen doorway.
So they all get through actually pretty quickly. They can move through there. And the orc, she looks down at you, the one that's the leader, and what? What happened here? Where's the Dark Lord?
We don't know. They were off talking with someone and then everything exploded.
Exploded. Not good. The humans, they make their way here. What should we do?
Well, I would think that the great leader would want us to fight back.
She grumbles, and you hear them talking Orcish. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check, so a D20 modified by your personality modifier.
Gotcha. It's just flat. That is a 14 on the die.
14, nice. So they nod, and you see she pulls out she's got this massive sword. She pulls out and hefts it up and shouts out something in Orcish, and they charge back down the stairs. You're assuming to go deal with the humans that are coming this way.
Swarm will start making their way back through the debris.
Okay, got it. And yeah, you see from this side, you're pretty sure, again, it took you a little bit to get through here. You can move pretty fast through areas like this. It'd be really challenging to get through here. So, all right, so we'll go back to the others. So, Mabel, so you look around your Wendigo. Anything else you want to do? You've got the chamber behind you where there's the remnants of the Wraith Magnates, their cloaks and swords lying there. There's the pillar that once housed the Dark Lord that is now completely, empty.
Look out the window. Oh, that's a long way down.
Yes.
You, pointing at the goblins. See if there's something we can climb down.
Climb down.
Not get through fall.
There's no other way down.
Window.
Don't call in on window. You go. And the other goblin is out the window.
Just jump, tries to climb down.
Climbs up and starts looking over the edge to see, is there any way to get down?
So you look down, and it would be a very treacherous climb to go down in 300 feet. One wrong move, and that would be it. So you don't think that's a valuable or a valid option, excuse me.
That's not going to happen, boss. I could make it, but the biggin ain't going to make it. Well, they'll probably grab you on the way by. That swarm guy, he might be able to make it, but they're just bugs.
Start looking around the rest of the place for some way we can get out of here.
Yeah, so you go further in. It looks like, there's still kind of dust clearing and everything. Your swarm tribe buddies disappeared. And you see the throne is still somewhat intact. There's, an area beyond the throne. Again, you see right next to the giant pillar that the Dark Lord's essence, if you will, was sitting on top of. The two cloaks of the Wraith Magnates and their swords lie there. That's really all of note that you immediately see in the room. Is there anything else you'd like to investigate, or any of those features I mentioned that you'd like to investigate?
But the Wraith Magnates had no physical form, right?
No, but it looks like their cloaks and their swords, something, yeah, that's still there physically. And their swords are magical. They're enhanced by the Dark Lord.
I'm getting hungry. I'll pick up one of the swords.
Okay, so you pick up one of the swords, and normally a Wendigo wouldn't be able to use it, but since it's a one-shot and it's kind of fun, I'll let you. So it's a sword that does a D7 damage. So you'll have to go to that link I shared with you to roll that die for damage. It also does +1 to attack and +1 to damage, is considered magical. And it has one other feature, which I'll try to remind you of, but if you want to make a note of it, if you hit somebody with it successfully, they have to make a DC 10 will saving throw. If they fail, they become afraid and they'll be at a -1 die penalty to all of their action rolls, which means in DCC, you go 1 down the die chain. So if you normally rolled a D20, you would roll a D16. So it's got that added benefit as well. And you also know that these blades, when they are taken away from the Dark Lord's presence, in about a day, they tend to lose their magical functions. So you have a limited time period on that. But when you grasp the blade, you look at it, you're kind of like, you swing it, and yeah, it's weighted well. You hear this voice inside your head, you know it well, of the Dark Lord. Someone has taken the Soul Stone. I fear it was thrown into the fire, but it was not destroyed. At the back of this chamber, you must go through the mausoleum, get the Soul Stone and return it so I may live again. You hear his voice fade out and then go silent.
Master not dead. Mausoleum, back here.
And then the Swarm Tribe, you come back through during all this, and you hear your Wendigo friends say that about your master, the Dark Lord.
The Swarm will start to make their way over towards the mausoleum door.
Okay, perfect. All right, you make it there.
Goblin party will trundle along behind and pick up the other sword.
Okay, excellent. Yep, same statistics and everything. Good job on that. So only one of your goblins, of course, has that sword, but good call. A lot of people missed that. You can grab both of them. So good work. All right. So sure enough, you go behind the throne and you see a very narrow path. It would be a little tight, but all your characters you picked, even the Wendigo, are not the most massive ones like an orc or maybe even a grafted or something. So you guys are able to make it down through the path, no problem whatsoever. You go down a ways. It takes about 20, 30 minutes to get through there as you wind through, and then eventually it opens up to the mausoleum caves, rather. The rough-hewn walls of the tunnel are sporadically dotted with alcoves containing golden statues of the Dark Lord's most renowned generals. The plodding passage seems to lead into the direction of Mount Bane. This suspicion is all but confirmed by the rising temperature. So we'll go Dave first. We'll kind of go a little bit out of order because I don't want you to feel like you're always second. But you see a statue of one of the most iconic tribes of goblins that ever lived. Can you tell me their name and what they look like, this beautiful golden statue?
Beautiful's not really the best word to describe a statue of goblins. And it is not just one goblin. It's in fact 3. Kind of almost, they're not standing on each other's shoulders, but the way they're stacked, it's not, like the 3 kobolds in a trench coat thing, but it's a single statue that just kind of has them in almost like a totem poling. And it's the 3 typical stances of a goblin. One looks like it's screaming in terror, one is screaming in anger, and the other is eating food.
Love it. And what is there's a plaque below that has their name on it. What's the tribe's name?
The tribe was the Chiron.
Love it. Okay. Great description. All right. And then we'll go to Wyatt. So you see an iconic Swarm Tribe. If you want to describe what it looks like and what the Swarm Tribe is called.
There's about a dozen little blue skin, dark hair, all just kind of creating a little circle back to back, shoulder to shoulder, all just kind of getting ready to lift each other up, and they're known for just kind of hiding away and getting sneak attacks on other people. And they were called the Husked.
Husked, like it. Okay, great description. Wonderful. All right, and we'll finish out with our Wendigo. You see an iconic Wendigo that you've read legends about on scrolls and oral histories and such. What does this Wendigo look like, and what's its name?
This Wendigo looks a lot like I do. It's Zerl. It has eaten many, many creatures.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Okay. Well, great job on the description, everyone, and the names. Each of you, so occasionally you can get rewarded, special rewards. I'm going to give each of you one vial. So if you want to go and increase your vial attribute by 1, this doesn't increase the bonus at all, nor does when you spend it, because you can regain vial in this game, unlike luck. So, all right. So you all got one vial for that description. So as this is happening, you're all moving through, you stop, look at the statues, you see these beautiful, or pardon me, not beautiful, as you correct me, Dave, you're absolutely right, these horrific looking statues of those that have come before you that serve the Dark Lord. As you're walking through, you're getting close to the mountain, or you're pretty sure you are, because you see molten cracks start to form along the ground, the walls, the ceilings. And then in quick order, it's pretty sudden, there's fractures that appear on the statues, and they begin to actually move and burst into motion. They grab towards you. Each of you, the goblins grab at your goblins, Dave. The swarm tribe grabs at yours, Wyatt. And then the Wendigo reaches out for you. And you hear them say in a cry, "Where is our master who remains to protect our souls from eternity?" All of you, go ahead and make a DC 12 reflex saving throw. And again, it'll be under your agility, that square or that triangle right next to it.
The swarm, that is a total of 6.
Oh, okay. The swarm, you are grabbed. But let's see here. Skill check. I actually believe you're not going to be affected by this attack because you are a swarm. Oh, nope. You'll still take damage. It'll just be half. How about the goblins? How did our goblins do?
So one of the goblins got a natural 19, which becomes a 20. The other one only got a natural 6, so that's only a 7.
Oh, okay. So one pass, one fail. And then how'd our Wendigo do, Mabel?
12.
12. Okay, so the Wendigo passed. All right. So those who failed suffer 3 points of damage. And then the Swarm Tribe, you will only take half of that. We'll round that down to just 1 point of damage.
All right.
All right, and then the statues, they stop moving. You guys move on through there and continue on through the mausoleum. So now you exit the mausoleum and you find yourselves...
Just a moment, John.
Yes.
Question here with the character sheet I've got for the HP. It's 4,5. I assume that's
yes, per goblin.
45.
No. No, you don't. Yeah, you're really strong goblins. No, one has 4 HP, the other has 5 HP. But great question.
Nice try, dear.
Yeah, hey, I love that. Love the effort. All right. So you guys continue on, and you come out just on the side of Mount Bane, and you see before you, well, an interesting bit of information. So let me read you some flavor text again. The volcano boils and explodes with frenetic energy. However, 2 voices demand your attention. "Oh, Tabitha, I should have trusted you. I'm so sorry. We tried our best, Miss Silverhill. It's not your fault that Bargle stole the soulstone." Outside the mall-like entrance to the volcano, the 2 dead halflings, well, 2 near-dead, half-dead halflings, lay dying upon the slope down Mount Bane. In the far distance, you can see a grotesquely burned figure scrambling into Goblin Town, a well-known town to all of you that rests right at the foot of Mount Bane. You have a moment. What would you like to do?
Oh, I'm hungry. I'm going to go try to have a meal.
Okay, so you start moving towards the halflings. What about our goblins, Dave?
Well, the goblins are going to both pull out the blowguns and shoot at the halflings from here.
Okay, got it. All right, so you pull out blowguns. It's just going to be a quick thing. We'll get back to that in a second. And then Wyatt, what does the swarm tribe do?
The swarm is going to try and start moving in between rocks and pebbles on the ground, trying to sneak up on the halflings.
Gotcha. Okay. So, all right. So that's what you all begin to do. This is just a very quick moment in time. So before you can do these actions exactly, like you start to take that first step, Mabel, the goblins pull out their blowguns. The swarm tribe starts to disperse and kind of hide a little bit. And then all of a sudden you see this giant eagle come flying in. It slams into the side of the mountain, and this dwarf and an elf fall off of it. They stand up and they both go, "Hey!" And then you see they've got wineskins in one hand. They cheers them together, down them, throw them on the ground. The elf pulls out a bow. The dwarf pulls out a sword or a shield and a warhammer, and they start moving towards you. They land just roughly in between you and perfect. Yep, that's exactly where they land, roughly in between you and where the two halflings are. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. So if you look in the top right-hand corner of your character sheet, it should have an initiative modifier. If it doesn't, it'll be a flat D20 roll. I will go ahead and roll for them. And if you can hold on to your numbers, I will ask you for it in turn. All right. Okay. No, they actually rolled fairly well. Okay. Let's see here. So, what that? There we are. Okay. We're upside down. Okay. Mabel, how about our Wendigo? What'd you get on your initiative roll?
An 8.
An 8. Okay. All right. And then our Swarm Tribe, what'd you get?
15.
15. Nice. Okay, and then our goblins. Now you'll just roll one roll together, just for ease for initiative. Just take the higher of the two if you roll 2. That's fine.
11.
11. Okay. All right. Okay, so first up, it'll be the dwarf. He starts stumbling towards you. Well, of course, the goblins, maybe even the swarm tribe, the Wendigo, maybe in your life when you were alive, you'd understand this. He is clearly drunk. So he's going to move to, we're going to kind of randomly determine who's in front, and that's who he's going to come towards. The swarm tribe. So he moves towards you, and, you've kind of dispersed somewhat, but he sees you on the ground. He starts swinging around. So let's see here. So a D20. He's got a mighty deed of arms. Not going to do anything funny, though. All right. Ooh. Does a 21 hit you?
Yep.
Okay. So, all right. Just rolled really high there. And let's roll some damage. Okay. So that's good news is only 5 damage. And since this is a non-magical weapon, you will only take half. So you only take 2 points of damage as he brings his warhammer down upon you. And then he does have a shield bash that he's going to try as well. See if that'll work, though, if it'll connect. I doubt a 7's going to hit you.
No.
All right, so Swarm Tribe, he does that, and, he gets a few of them, and then, tries to swing the shield. But that's actually a really hard action to do standing like this. Now the tribe's all laid out. Okay, and then the Sword Tribe, it's your turn. You're up.
All right. The Swarm Tribe is going to pick themselves up from being bonked on the head with a hammer, and they're all just going to go after the dwarf's legs and try and swarm them.
Love it. All right. Let's make it so. So you'll roll a D20 and modify whatever it says under your, I think it's swarm is what it's called on your character sheet.
That is 7.
7. Okay. So unfortunately, a 7 will miss. So anything else you'd like to do with your movement or anything where you'd like to move on the map?
I think I'm good for right now.
Okay. All right. So the Swarm Tribe is all around the dwarf. He's trying to get him off them. Isn't having much luck. Okay. All right. So the elf goes. So the elf is going to shoot. It's going to pick highly likely a different target, but let's see. Yep. It shoots at one of the goblins. Actually, I should be rolling a D4. I forgot about that. So, yeah. Okay. So still a goblin. All right. let's see here. So it'll be up to you which one he's going to shoot at. And I will let you know what the roll is. So, and I am so sorry. I forgot to do this ahead of time. So I got a 14 on the die roll. Would any of you like to spend any vial to decrease the die roll before I add any modifiers? Going once, going twice.
I'll
Dave?
spend 3 vial.
3 vials, so that makes it an 11 on the die roll before modifiers. Anybody else want to spend any vial?
I'll spend the one that you gave us a while ago.
Love it. Okay, so that reduces it to a 10, which brings it to, let's see here. Oh, brings it to a 10. I believe a 10 will miss your goblin, will it not?
It will.
Excellent. So, yeah, so with your vile forces, you're able to cause it to miss. So that's great. All right. And the elf curses in Elven, or you think it's a curse. The language sounds terrible. All right. And the goblins, your turn. What would you like to do?
The goblins return fire.
Love it. Okay, let's do it.
Both blowguns come up and discharge.
All right.
Oh, this is not good.
Oh, no.
Okay. So with the blowgun, I'm assuming, based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like that's going to be just at the +1 for the for dexterity, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so that's going to be a 12, and I'm assuming the 3 misses entirely.
Yep, the 3 does miss, and the 12 you actually strike, but you hit the elf's armor, and it absorbs the blow, dealing no damage, unfortunately. So, all right. Any movement the goblins would like to make?
They're going to drop back a little bit so that they've got friends between them and this angry dwarf.
No, that's smart, especially since your rabid Wendigo is about to go too. So, and speak of the devil, Wendigo, you're up. What would you like to do? You've got some juicy targets in front of you, and your belly is groaning.
Well, the dwarf is the closest, right?
Yes, the dwarf is the closest, absolutely.
I have to go with instinct, and I know I have the sword, but I've got a claw and bite because I'm hungry.
Yep, I agree with you. I think that's wise too. So what you'll do is, which one do you want to do first, your bite or your claw attack?
The claws first, because I want to get a hold of him.
Okay, gotcha. So you'll roll a 20-sided die plus a 4-sided die for your cannibal die, and add those together plus any other bonuses you have to hit.
My D4 is hiding on me. There it is.
All right.
It went into a corner of my dice box, and I couldn't see it. And it says I've got a D3 plus 2 hit modifier, so I add that on as well.
Sorry, it was a D3, not a D4. Thank you for
correcting. A D3, not a D4. Okay.
Correct, yes.
Okay, so here goes the D20. There goes the D3. So that's 15, 16, 17 plus 2 is 19.
Well, if I say you don't hit, you guys are in trouble, but you definitely hit. So 19 will certainly do it. So you'll roll damage for your claws, and include that D3 in there as well.
Okay, damage is D6 plus 2.
Mm-hmm. And then plus your
and
D3.
I rolled a D3 as well. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now that didn't do as much as I'd like. That's 6.
6? Hey, that's still a lot of damage. You tear into the dwarf. I mean, you shred up his armor, and then you have your bite attack. So this one, assuming you want to attack the dwarf again,
yes,
it'll be a D14 plus the D3 plus 2 to attack.
A D14 plus the D3 plus 2. That's 8.
8. Unfortunately, an 8 will miss.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but
I'm hungry.
Yep. All right. So the dwarf, like, you smell, he says back to you when you.
So do you. You smell tasty.
Okay, we'll go back to the top of the round now. Now it's the dwarf's turn. So with this Wendigo on top of him, he's going to attack the Wendigo. again, stumbling around and such. So I got a 5 on the die. Does anybody want to spend any bile to reduce his roll? Yeah, I think that's a safe bet. He misses. All right, and then he's going to try to hit you with the shield as well. It's a little bit harder to do. That's a 9 on the die. Or pardon me, no, that's a 12 on the die. Would anybody like to spend any bile to reduce the roll on the die before I add modifiers?
I'll spend one to make it 11 because I've got a 12 AC.
Okay, all right. Anybody else want to spend any bile? Or are we good with just the 1 to move it to an 11? Okay, all right. So an 11, that actually will hit you, though. You said your AC is 12?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, it'll just hit you, and you will take, so shields don't do as much damage, take 5 points of damage. He bashes his shield into you, knocking you back a bit. All right, Swarm Tribe, you're up.
All right. We're going to, it says that we can move into his space.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So we'll surround his feet, and then we'll try and hit him again.
Okay, and I'm going to go and give you a +1 die bonus on this, so that means you'll roll a d24 to hit since he's very occupied with the Wendigo.
Okay.
And then add your normal modifiers that you have too.
That is a 21.
Nice, a 21 will do it. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. 3
damage. Okay, and he had exactly 3 hit points. You want to describe how you killed the dwarf, or the Swarm Tribe kills the dwarf?
Yeah, we're the entire swarm's going to surround his feet, and some of them are going to go in and start getting him in the ankle, try and bring him down to his knees so we can just crawl on top of him and get him from every direction.
Okay, the elf, when that happens, he just falls down dead. The elf cries out. He opens his mouth to cry out no, and then just belches. All right, Swarm Tribe, well done. And then the elf goes, so in this fit of anger, which is very un-elf-like from the silly elves that you've seen, he shoots at the Swarm Tribe, not really thinking about it, that this probably isn't going to work out too well. Okay, I got a 21 on the die. Would anybody like to spend bile to reduce the roll before I add any modifiers? Okay, all right, so that does hit, but it's not a magical weapon, so it's not going to do very much damage at all. So yeah, you're only going to take 2 points of damage from that attack. I'd normally have done more. You all right there, Swarm Tribe, or did you go down?
No, we're doing.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, they're pretty hardy, as I recall. So okay, all right. Okay, back to goblins.
Well, I mean, the goblins do what goblins do. They kind of, jockey around to different positions so that they always keep the Wendigo between them and the elf. And then they just open fire with the blowguns because they're goblins. They're not going to get close, but they're also not going to leave themselves open to be shot either.
Yep, I think that's great. Let's do it.
So, again, the 3 is going to miss. I'm assuming the 14 hits.
Yes, the 14 does strike the elf right in the chest.
Now, with this blowgun, I do have an ability on here called Poisoner. Are these poisoned darts by chance?
No, they are not yet, but you can, as an action if you want to, or even outside of combat, try to look for something that you can use as a poison, is how that works, and then you could poison your darts after that.
Okay. So that's going to be a 3.
Nice. Okay, so 3 damage. You hit the elf. The elf does not like that. The elf turns his gaze towards that goblin. All right, and our brave Wendigo. You're up, and you're hungry.
Yeah. The dwarf has fallen down. I'm taking a bite because he's dead. I'm hungry, and I'm holding him in between me and the elf as I start towards the elf.
Okay, all right. So you're going to use him as kind of like a human shield, if you will?
Yeah, as I'm having a meal.
And you're going to chew on him. So technically the dwarf went down to 0, so I'm going to say it's still alive. So go ahead and roll your cannibal die plus your bite damage.
What is my cannibal die?
Your cannibal die is a D3.
Okay. And then bite damage is D4.
Mhm.
And then I've got a +2 on that. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Nice. Okay, so you blood and gore goes everywhere as you start to feast, and if you had taken any damage, you recover 4 hit points back.
I'm only down 1 now.
There you go. Great. Okay, so yeah, you see that the Wendigo's flesh rapidly, little flesh it has rapidly regenerates from this. All right. Okay, so that is that round, and yeah, you make it up there. It's a little bit slower going because you're holding the dwarven corpse. And Swarm Tribe, you're up, since the dwarf is now dead, very dead.
Swarm Tribe is going to start making their way towards the elf,
Okay.
but they're going to try and hide around this big rock here in the middle.
All right, so go ahead and roll your stealth. Should be a +3, maybe a little higher than that. I can't remember what it is exactly on your
That's it.
character.
Sneaking silently and hiding in the shadows is +4, it says.
Nice. Yep.
Okay,
Pretty quick.
10 total.
10. Okay. So that's good enough in these conditions because the lighting is not that great. There's a lot of areas to hide behind, so you're sufficiently hidden right now.
Okay.
Okay. So on your next action, that might give you some kinds of advantages too. So great job, Swarm Tribe. And the elf, like I said, he was eyeballing that dwarf that goblin, excuse me, that shot him. All right, so he's going to return fire with his bow. Yeah, because he's got a little bit of distance still from the Wendigo trying to make their way there. Oh, geez. 21 on the die. Man, I am rolling really high here. Or dice, I should say, since he rolls 2. Would anybody like to spend any vial? Well, you're thinking about
at this point, I don't think I've got enough to spend to get it low enough to matter.
Gotcha. Well, the good thing is if a goblin
21's
dies...
high.
Yes,
21's
21 is
really
very
high.
Yes, very high. Keep rolling well. I might have to retire that die so you guys survive this one shot. It's going to be a very short one. Okay, so...
Whoa. What do you mean survive? That's not what I signed up for, the goblins.
Okay, because you'll get more goblins is a good thing. So,
Swarm loses people every day.
unfortunately, he has this moment of lucidity, and then drills the goblin right in the chest. The goblin goes flying into a rock. I'm assuming 11 damage kills that goblin.
Yeah, that goblin is dead, and
Yep.
that one was the one that had the sword.
Oh, no. Well, it's still there. It clatters on the ground, but okay. All right, the elf smiles, seems very sure of himself. All right, and the goblin now, it's your turn.
The remaining goblin turns and goes, "Boss, you killed the boss. That was not a good idea. Now the Wendigo's not even going to stop. He's going to rip you from them and eat you." And then as he's saying this, he's moving forward, takes a shot, and hides behind the rock.
Okay, got it.
So that's a 17 to hit.
Yep, a 17 will hit.
And 4 for the damage.
4 damage. So, you hit the elf again. He's stumbling around quite a bit more now, not just from being drunk anymore. So, okay, well done for our remaining goblin. All right, and the Wendigo. Goblins talked you up. What you going to do?
I'm charging at the elf because, well, and I think this time I'm going to try swinging that sword at it.
Okay, let's do it. So it'll be, you'll still roll just like normal, a d20 plus your cannibal die, and this will replace your claw attack.
$18.
Oh, yeah, 18 definitely hits. And actually, I need to make a saving throw. DC 10.
I was going to say, the sword's got that other ability.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I got a 12 on the die before bonuses. Would anybody like to spend any vial?
I'll spend 1.
Okay, so that'll bring it down.
I'll spend
to
one as
11.
well.
I'll throw
All right,
one at it, too. Might as well make it a group effort.
So that'll bring it down to a 9. So you see it like his eyes go wide. It looks like he's afraid now. So it did affect him, and then go ahead and roll damage.
And that was a D7 damage, you said?
Yeah, D7 plus your D3 plus 3, I think, because you're 2 strength, and then 1 from the sword's magic.
a D7, D3, plus the 2 strength.
And +1 for the sword for being magical.
9 total.
Jesus, that all okay. You want to describe how the Wendigo just destroys the elf?
The Wendigo is holding the dwarf in one hand, still munching, and just kind of blindly swings just out in front of her because she has no idea what she's doing with the sword. And there goes the elf's head.
Okay. And it
What?
goes rolling, and it goes off dramatically into the volcano, and you see it sitting up there. It's like looking up at you, and then it sinks down in and slowly melts into nothing.
It's sharp.
All right. Well done. And we are now
the smartest in the world.
Absolutely. Well done. And
I
we're
took
out
him
of
head
combat.
from limb. Isn't that good enough?
Okay, so you're all standing there, and then there's the 2 halflings still laying on the ground there. They just kind of like moan a little bit on occasion. There's the you guys do hear the what was it? The eagle, the giant eagle that crashed in here. They crashed into here, make some movement, like some noise and stuff. And what would you like to do? We'll go with the Wendigo.
I'm sorry. I was
No,
just
go
gonna
ahead,
ask,
Dave. You're good. Yeah.
Like, is it like floundering? Like it took a lot of damage with the crash, or it's like in its death throes, or we can't really tell?
You can't really tell from where you're at. If you want to walk a little closer to it, you could probably tell more.
The one goblin will pick up the sword that's left behind by his dead boss and wander that direction.
Okay, so go ahead and you're going to roll what's called a vial check. So you want to roll a d20 and try to get at or lower than your vial.
That's not going to happen.
Okay, so you come over and you see that the eagle is twitching because it's like death throes. It's kind of like that, when something dies, they kind of twitch after they die. That's what it looks like's happened here.
Lay there and suffer.
All right.
He walks back to the rest of the group.
I love it. Okay. All right. What's the swarm tribe doing?
The swarm is very much keeping an eye on the eagle. They've had a few too many members swooped up and carried off into the skies.
Yeah, ended up being snacks. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right. And then our brave Wendigo, what are you doing?
I'm snacking while going over towards the halflings.
Okay, they're laying there on the ground like, oh, this will be the end of us now. One says to the other, and they eyeball you as you're eating. You're assuming what was one of their friends or rescuers. You're not even certain on that. Do you even really care? So, and they look at you.
Their
What do
food.
you
Their food.
do? Okay.
I'm going to try to eat them.
Okay, so you don't even need to roll. You're only down 1 hit point at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you are able to kill them quickly and regain that 1 hit point. They die. They cannot put up a fight. It's actually they're nice and cooked a little bit too, which you might have to consider for future meals. Usually eat them completely raw, but this is different at least.
Heard fire made food good. Have proof now.
All right, so that's taken care of. And then you guys saw or witnessed the group that burnt-looking figure stumbling into Goblin Town. You can only assume that was the Bargle that they spoke of. Would you like to head that way?
Let's go check this other one. Maybe it had the thing.
The swarm is going to run over. Oh, sorry. The swarm's going to run over, pick up the dwarf's wineskin, and start making their way over.
Love it. Did you just want to get the wineskin, or are you going to look for anything else?
We'll start rifling through the pockets of one of the.
So, yeah, the dwarf had a warhammer, dwarf-sized chainmail, a shield, obviously, 3 strands of golden hair, and then 10 gold pieces, actually. The halflings don't have anything on them. They've got clothing. but that's really it. The elf had a short sword, a longbow, 30 arrows, leather armor, and then again 10 gold coins and the wine skins as well. But they're both empty.
Swarm will throw down the wineskin.
All right. Anything else before we transition to Goblin Town?
No.
All right. So you guys make your way down to Goblin Town.
I would sing, but I don't want to get us copyright.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yes,
right?
that's one of my favorite songs.
The far edge of Goblin Town burns more so than usual. The war cries of men resound throughout the air, as do the screams of goblins. So yeah, you see it's like complete chaos here, although it's pretty easy. You see this trail of footprints, and it looks like a trail of burnt flesh, like bits of it is left behind, where you can easily track where your quarry is headed to. What would you like to do? Would you like to investigate anything, or would you like to just go make a beeline along the path?
The goblin is just kind of following the Wendigo and the swarm.
Okay.
He already
All right.
lost his boss.
Yeah, that he did.
I mean, he
So,
did a
but
sword.
go ahead and do me a favor, actually, since you are playing a goblin. Go ahead and roll a DC 10 personality or D20 roll modified by your personality.
Okay. 17.
Nice. Okay, so you're wandering along, and you see there's another fellow goblin trapped under, looks like some burning rubble. He looks at you. Help! He screams out. What does your goblin do?
Scramble over. Who are you working with? And lifts whatever's burning off of him.
Yeah, and you're able to do so easily, and thanks. Well, I guess I'm working with you. And you get a goblin back a little bit sooner than you normally would. So you can go ahead and roll a D5 for its hit points and any stamina modifiers you can add to that.
Nice.
And you are full-on goblins again. All right, what about the Swarm Tribe? Anything of note? You going to just head forward? Did you want to look anywhere for anything while you're in Goblin Town?
Swarm Tribe is going to look at the goblins and be like, "It is a rough day for your people. Are they okay?"
Goblins are tough. They fight. We kill these silly humans. Well, some of us die, but we killed them.
Same here. Let's get after him. And we'll start making our way following the trail.
Okay. All right. What about the Wendigo? Going to continue on as well, or the Wendigo like to do anything?
The Wendigo's fairly single-minded. I'm just marching on through. Food for later.
Okay. All right. So you all move through Goblin Town. I am going to roll one random encounter, though, because we're doing great on time. Let's see what happens. Okay. Let me consult my nifty chart here. Okay. So as you're moving through, again, like I said, Goblin Town is really close to Mount Bane. And some of the ground cracks open and magma erupts from within. Everybody go ahead and roll a DC 6 only reflex saving throw.
It's nat 20.
Oh, nice. So yeah, the Swarm Tribe, you just part the Red Sea, kind of like they all scatter. Nothing happens. How'd our goblins do?
A 14 and a 7.
Okay, well, so 2 passes. The goblins jump out of the way. And then our Wendigo.
7.
Yep, perfect. Okay, so you're all okay. The magma doesn't do any damage, and you continue on through Goblin Town. You hear, commotion, fighting, but hey, you've got a mission. You've got to do what your Dark Lord says. So you approach, as you continue to walk, the steps lead you down, the path leads you down the trail, if you will, down to some stone steps. And you go down it, continuing to follow. And there's a stone archway that is marked with chaos runes that keep the spideress that you've heard of that's in these caves from wandering into Goblin Town. Sloping steps lead down into the cobwebbed cavern that connects to many winding tunnels you can see from here. Would you like to continue down into the caves?
If that's where we're being led, we were told
Yep.
to get the soul stone back.
Okay. All right. So you head down. The cavern, it opens up into an open cavern, and you see a wraith magnate there. It pulls its sword out of the chest of an orc. The orc gurgles a dying breath while dropping a bone torch. The cloaked wraith then aimlessly wanders down one of the passages, disappearing from sight while whispering curses. And you all know, no roll required, this is very unusual behavior for a wraith magnate. They do not do things like this typically. And you have many different paths in front of you. What would you like to do?
Can the swarm follow the wraith and just kind of watch them from the shadows?
Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead and roll stealth for me.
All right. That's an 11.
Okay, an 11. All right. So you think, there's not much light in here, excuse me. You're pretty sure that you're pretty well hidden from this wraith magnate. So you see it moves through, and it looks like it's looking around. You hear it just continuing to mumble things under its breath, and that kind of weird kind of like volume that changes the pitch. That's how they speak. It's always kind of eerie to talk to these things. And it looks like it's wandering around aimlessly, almost like it's crazy.
The swarm will run back to the Wendigo and the goblins and report back everything they saw.
Okay. So Wendigo, goblins, what would you like to do? Got some more information. Many past the go. You know where the wraith magnate went and that it's acting erratic.
Meeny, miny, mo. Goblin, where do you go?
The goblins will start searching around on the ground, seeing if they can find that trail they've been following up to this point.
Okay.
Of the burned bits of flesh that it seemed to have flaked off, or the footprints.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Let's try to roll under your vial again on a D20 roll.
One of them succeeded.
Okay, well, hey, that's all it takes. That's why it's good to have more than one goblin. So that one succeeds. So in addition, you do find a little bit of a trail. Additionally, you find, okay, that's a one. Look at my chart here. Well, on that dead orc, or pardon me, you find another dead orc that's wrapped in a cocoon. And on it, you find a bunch of arrows that are tipped with poison. You find a total of 5 arrows that are tipped with poison. You know that these arrows, since the one shot, I'll just tell you what they do. It takes a DC 14 saving throw to save against it. On a failure, the target will suffer 1d4 strength damage. On a success, they suffer 1 point of strength damage. And that's in addition to finding the correct path to walk down.
Scoops them up, sticks them in the pack, and calls everybody over to that spot to follow the path.
Okay. All right. So as you're wandering down, you hear a weird voice. It sounds somewhat human. You can't take my gift. It is lovely and it makes me love me. But you can't tell exactly which passageway that's coming from, but you continue on. And then our swarm tribe, go ahead. I want you to roll under your vial now, or try to roll a d20 and try to get under your vial.
Unfortunately, that is an 18.
Okay. All right, then. So I don't believe I have a map for this area exactly, so don't worry about it. But we're just going to do we'll narrate this combat. But you run into that wraith magnate, and it turns at you and just comes right at you. Again, very unusual behavior. And let's go ahead and roll initiative. For it to... Okay, that's a lot better. I actually got a 2 on the die result, so that's not as bad as I was rolling before. It's like I rolled 19s and 18s constantly. All right, so it's going to go pretty slow. What are Swarm Tribe get on initiative?
6.
6, okay. All right. And then our goblins, what'd you get?
19.
18.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, that's really good. And then
It's
finally,
natural because they have no bonus.
oh, and then our Wendigo, what'd you get on your initiative?
11.
11. Okay. Well, surprise, surprise, you all go before it, but the goblins go first. Goblins, what would you like to do?
The Wraith is attacking the Swarm from what we can tell at this point.
Yeah, it looks like the swarm is kind of leading you down the path. The goblins discovered where to go, and the swarm kind of, like they have been, they've kind of been acting as scouts because they're pretty immune to a lot of attacks, and the Wraith just walks right into them. Or floats right into them. It doesn't exactly walk.
But it's not. Is it making what the goblins would interpret as an aggressive motion?
Oh yes. It's
Okay.
it's got its sword and it's about to swing down on a group of the swarm.
Well, the goblins will stab it. One with a dagger, the other with the other Wraith sword that it picked up earlier.
Okay, got it. All right, let's do it.
So that's a 18 with the dagger and a 14 with the sword.
Okay, so both hit. So the dagger, when you sink it in, you just pull it back and you feel like it didn't do anything. The sword, you do feel it bite in. Go ahead and roll your damage for the sword.
Okay, and that was a D7 if I remember right.
Oh,
and
yep.
does he need to make the fortitude save?
He is undead, so he's actually immune to that. So, well, actually, hang on. He is actually not immune to that, so he will. So go ahead and roll your D7 plus 1 for being magical, and I'll roll a saving throw.
Okay, it's going to be 3 damage.
Okay, and I did get a 19 on a saving throw. Would anybody like to spend any vial? Yeah, I didn't think so. That'd be a lot of vial. So you said 3 damage, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you stab into it. It does make some kind of unusual noise. Okay. All right, Wendigo, you're up.
I will swing at it with the sword as well.
Okay.
Figure out where my mouse went. There it is. 3, 15, 17.
Yep, a 17 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And that's the D7.
Mhm.
Plus my 2 for strength, right?
Yep, and then plus your 1 for it being magical as well.
Oh. 7, 9. So that's 10.
Dang. Okay, so you take this big hack into it. It's a lot of it starts to dissipate, but it is still there. It whispers something at you. You can't
And
quite
that's with the
understand.
sword too. So
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's why I was able to damage it actually. So great job, Wendigo. It's not quite dead yet, but you can see it's not doing too hot. Anything else, Wendigo?
does it have to roll again because it's another hit?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, thank you. That's right. That's what you were trying to tell me, and I just didn't register it. Yes. Okay. So I got a 2 on the die. Again, does anybody want to spend any vial?
A 2.
Yes, a 2 on the die. I'm always going to try to tempt you with it, even if it's like obvious that you're probably going to be okay.
Nah.
Okay, yeah. So it does fail. So yes, it'll have that penalty on its attack if it gets to go because the Swarm Tribe is up. Swarm Tribe, you're like right there. The Wendigo and the goblins, they run up to support you, and they've done some damage to it. You did see that where the one of the goblins' knives didn't seem to do anything to it.
Gotcha. Is there any way that the swarm could try and like interfere with the Wraith's attacks?
Sure. How would you like to try to do that? If you want to describe it to me, we can adjudicate that somehow.
Maybe try and. I was gonna say try and get up and like catch onto the Wraith's sword and just try and make it a little bit harder to swing at anybody.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So I'm thinking that'll be agility based. So roll a d20 modified by your agility, and then I'll give it a reflex saving throw to see against whatever you roll.
Okay.
See how that works.
That's not going to do anything. That's a nat 1.
Oh man, unfortunately. Okay, so you just jump on and nothing happens. It's actually hard to grab onto it because you have to just grab onto the cloak. It is actually incorporeal otherwise. All right, and it goes. So it lets out this terrible scream. You've seen these things do this before, and it's not fun to deal with. So everybody go ahead and roll a DC 12 will saving throw. All right. Wendigo, how'd you do?
14.
14. You're okay. So, yep, nothing happens to you. How about our Swarm Tribe? How'd you do?
That's another nat 1.
Oh, no. Okay.
One of
You
the goblins also rolled a nat 1.
Oh, man. Okay, so whoever failed takes 2 points of damage. And then also for 3 rounds, you're at -1 die to your actions, so you'll take a D16 as your action die. And those are only for the ones that failed. Okay, and then it is done. And we are back to the top of the round. Goblins, you can go.
The one that was holding the dagger is the one that was terrified by the scream, and he just falls back. Like, his dagger didn't do anything, and now it's screaming at him. He's terrified. He's getting away from this enemy. The other one stabs out with the sword again, and rolls a 2.
Oh no! So yeah, you swing your sword, and it actually parries it. Okay, all right. And our Wendigo, you going to make it happen?
Yes. At least I'm going to try.
Okay, I'm rooting for you.
I swear these witches dice that I got at Gen Con are the bomb. There's 12 plus the D3 is 2 more. So that's 14 plus the 1 is 15.
Okay, 15 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And then that is D7 plus the D3 plus the 1, 6, 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay, so Wendigo, you want to describe how you kill the Wraith Magnate?
So as the goblin is running away, the Wendigo swings just, again, no idea what she's doing with the sword, really, other than the pointy end goes this way and just stabs it right through the cloak.
Gotcha. So, and you stab it through the cloak, and then it's like it pauses for a moment, then it does that scream again. No ill effects though this time, thankfully. And then it just its form vanishes, and the cloak falls to the ground. The sword clatters on the ground there, and it is dead. And we are out of combat. All right,
I
and you're
hate
there in
these things. No food. And the Wendigo just grumbles as we go on.
That is a fact. Okay.
All right. The goblin picks up the second sword.
There you go.
Walks over to the other goblin and says, "Here, use this next time, and stop running away."
Love it. Okay, good. Smart. Okay. Anything else in this area before you continue on? Okay. All right. So you continue on down the path. Again, it turns and twists, and you're in here for quite some time. We'll also say you do come across... Oh, actually, that's not going to help you because both the Wendigo and the Swarm Tribe cannot heal through other means besides resting or eating something. So, because your goblins are at full health right now, right?
Well, one is 1 point down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not that big of a deal. So, okay, I was going to throw, since somebody picked the Fiend, I was going to throw in some kind of healing. So, well, let's say as you're going through, you find this weird kind of jerky that has some weird spices on it. And since the Swarm Tribe, you're pretty hurt right now, aren't you, Wyatt?
About half health.
Oh, okay. So you're not that bad, but still, you eat it and you'll get a couple of hit points back.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Because the
Swarm
Wendigo
Tribe has a
can.
nice little picnic.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So we'll just say that so you're not completely helpless because this is you don't get to rest, unfortunately, this adventure too because it's real short. So, okay, all right. So you guys continue on after you have your little picnic there, your little rest for a moment, and then the room opens up again, and there's this massive chasm in this massive chamber, and there's a stone bridge that goes over it. You look and you cannot even see the bottom of the chasm. But also something unusual is there. There's dozens of these cocoons that hang from the very high ceiling. And there's one really big cocoon that just from the shape of it, and you see like a wing pop out. There's some very nasty creatures called fell beasts that the Dark Lord would use to fly its minions around and such at times. You're pretty sure it's in one of those cocoons, but it's not. It's definitely not dead. It's still moving around. It's way high up there, though. What do you guys like to do there? The bridge stretches before you.
Since the Dark Lord is out of commission, would we know if the Fell Beasts were still going to help us or if they would come after us at this point?
Go ahead and roll. That's a great question. Go ahead and roll a d20 modified by your intelligence.
Okay, cool. -1. But that's still a nat 20. All right.
Oh, well, hey, still in that 20. Okay,
Nice.
So great job there. So you would know that the Fell Beast, even when they served the Dark Lord, it was kind of a tricky situation. I mean, there's been numerous examples of them just eating a goblin because they felt like it, eating an orc, whatever it is. So even their riders, there was probably about a 50% casualty rate where the Fell Beast would kill them. So they're kind of unpredictable. They're very powerful, though. But they would only strictly listen to 100% of the time the Dark Lord's commands.
Gotcha.
So it would be kind of a toss-up if you were trying to release it, if it would actually help you or hurt you. Okay. All right. So the Swarm Tribe looks up and contemplates this. The goblins, what are you doing?
The goblins want nothing to do with Fell Beast. So they're just moving along the bridge.
Okay, so you move along the bridge, okay? And then the Wendigo.
Same, just moving along the bridge.
Okay, all right. So you guys start moving along the bridge. As you're doing this, Swarm Tribe, did you want to move, or are you just going to pause and ponder this for a moment?
We'll follow after the goblins and the Wendigo.
Okay, got it. All right. So as you're moving along, so you're moving along, and then you hear some shouts behind you, and you turn, and you see some of the men that were attacking Goblin Town is only what you're assuming. They're pointing in your direction, and they start firing arrows, and there's a bunch of them, massive group. So what we're going to do is this is more of a try to get out of the way and counter kind of thing. So if you want, or pardon me, not if you want, everybody go ahead and make a reflex saving throw as they let loose a volley of arrows at you. Your difficulty is only 5, but let me know what you get.
I've got a failure.
Okay. By how did you get a natural 1?
2.
Okay, good. Natural 1 in this situation is really bad. Anybody else fail?
Swarm got a 22.
Oh, nice.
Dang.
And then how about
I got a
Wendigo?
7.
7. Okay, so you passed. The difficulty was only 5 on this, so it was just 1 goblin that failed?
Yes.
Correct. Okay, got it. All right. That the goblin takes 4 points of damage, unfortunately.
Arrow hits him in the shoulder right off the bridge.
He was an adventuring
yeah.
monster until an arrow hit him in the knee.
Yep. And you hear the goblin cry out as it falls over the edge and down to 1 goblin again. So the humans then, there's a bunch of goblins that come in and start fighting with them, giving you time to move on, unless you would like to do something else. Okay. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, he was a short-lived boss. What are we doing?
Soulstone. They can take care of them.
Okay.
All right, great. So Everybody go ahead and roll try to roll under your vial again for me.
I did it. An 8, and I have 9 left.
Nice. Okay.
Natural 1.
Very good. Okay.
For once, a 1 is good.
11. So, yeah.
You got it too?
Yep.
Excellent. Okay. So I'll let you pick goblins if you would like to. You can either find another goblin that was lost down here, Dave, or I can roll randomly on the chart. It's up to you.
We'll find another goblin.
Okay, so you find another goblin that was running around here. He's already, you know what? There's a chart we can roll on. I'm going to do that real quick to see what kind of goblin you get. This is something we haven't introduced yet that we've been play testing. So,
Oh, interesting.
okay, because it can be all sorts of things. It's usually like they've got like a rat tied to a stick or something like that. But sometimes they're little unique things like like this one. Okay, I'm so happy we got this. I love this one. So you actually find a bugbear that's with other goblins that have died, and he's sitting there sobbing on the ground, crying, "My friends are dead," he cries out. And you've heard of this before, Dave, your goblin has. There's sometimes bugbears because they are a type of goblin that do run with goblins.
We friends.
He looks at you, these big, almost puppy dog eyes, this massive form. He's almost the size of a freaking orc. You'll be my friend?
Yes.
Okay.
For boss.
Okay. Yes. And he stands up. So just like a regular goblin, except this one has a D8 hit points.
Okay.
He might survive a little longer, dear.
Yeah, no kidding. That's why I love it, because I just decided to throw that one in. I was like, yeah, that'll be funny on occasion. So, okay. And then the rest of you, as you're figuring out your goblin's hit points, let's see here. So, or when to go. You find a platinum coin actually on the ground, stamped with the Dark Lord's mouth. A platinum coin is worth 10 gold. So a little bit of treasure there. And then our swarm tribe. There we go. And then you find a so you actually find a halfling that's deceased. How would I do this better? It's got a ring on it, let's say. And you can wear the ring. One of your swarm tribe would have to. And it gives you a +1 die bonus to hide in shadows checks. So you roll a D24 instead of a D20 when you're trying to hide in the shadows.
Sweet. One of them is going to pull the ring off and throw it around their waist, kind of.
Yeah, wear it like a belt. Yeah, exactly. That's what I imagined too. Well done.
I have to comment on chat for just a moment.
Sure.
Your mom gives Moraine. It was stamped with the Dark Lord.
Correct.
So it's not human money. So it's not trash. I'm keeping it.
Correct. Yes, that's absolutely right. Yes. Very good point. So, okay. All right. So, and you guys continue on. So let me go here to this part. Okay. All right. So let's cross the bridge. So again, there's a bit of an opening. So there's dim light that shines in from a hole in the cavern ceiling that also allows fetid fog from the marshes about the cavern. The ray of light illuminates a pirate ship that is wrecked upon a moldering hill of rubble and other detritus. A gigantic spider, ridden by a burned man, crawls out from a hole in the side of the ship. The burnt man leans down and kisses the spider on its cheek and screams, "Kill them all, my precious! They wants to take me from my preciouses!" A spectral pirate captain emerges from the ship. He's got a exhausted look on his face. "Oh, not my choice. He's got the soul stone, so he's the boss." And he pulls out a cutlass kind of like casually and shrugs his shoulders and gives you a look like, "Sorry about this." And everybody roll for initiative.
I'm going last.
Uh-oh. Nat 1?
2.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad. Hey, you never know. You never know. So let's keep it interesting at least. So okay.
Let's see. Swarm Tribe has a 13 plus 2, so 15.
Nice. Okay. Give me just 1 second. Let me get through the bad or the I guess bad guys, initiative. I guess this would be good guys, maybe. Yeah, that's one distinction here. It's kind of like, well, I mean, good or bad, subjective, I suppose. So, all right. Okay. So, what the goblins get on their initiative?
17.
17. I'm just curious, what'd you roll for hit points for your new goblin?
A 6, which with their
Good.
bonus bumps up to 7.
Okay, good. I like you got a nice hardy bugbear. And the Wendigo got a 2?
Yep.
Okay, got it. Okay. And then finally, what was the Swarm Tribe again? I'm sorry?
15.
15. Okay. All right. So, let's see here. What's your bonus to initiative, Swarm Tribe? Do you have one?
Plus 2.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so you'll go first before that enemy. All right, goblins, you start us off. What would you like to do?
The goblins, hearing the guy with the cutlass say he has the soul stone, I am assuming he indicated the one that's riding the spider.
Yes. Yeah, the one that burnt man that you've been following, Bargle, is what the halflings called him. Yeah, he's riding the spider.
The goblins pull up the blowguns and shoot at Bargle.
Okay. Let's make it
The
happen.
boss wants his stone back.
It's mine! He cries out.
So that's going to be a 11 and a 14.
An 11 and a 14. Unfortunately, so you're shooting the 11 just misses, unfortunately. The spider's pretty agile. The 14 hits the spider instead, but bounces off of its chitin chitin, however you pronounce it, and doesn't do anything. It's going to be a little tricky to hit this Bargle character while he's on the back of the spider, it looks like. So, all right. Anything else, goblins? Would you like to move anywhere?
No, they're just staying behind everybody else as usual.
Where it's nice and safe? Okay,
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Okay, Swarm Tribe, you're up.
So, first, is there any way that I could get the Wendigo to throw enough of the swarm for it to count as them, like, landing up on the spider? That way we could try and steal the gem?
If you two want to try to work in unison, I would definitely allow that. You're a little far away right now. The map's a pretty good depiction of how it's set up. It would take you a round to kind of move into position, and then next round, if the Wendigo wanted to, could try to scoop some of you up and throw you on there. Maybe
I'm
even all of
willing to
you.
work with you on that.
The swarm will look at you, salute, and then we'll try and
So
sneak along.
You're just gonna swarm. So you're gonna try to sneak. Okay, so go ahead and roll. I'll give you that plus D24 or plus D1 die. So roll a D24.
That's a nat one.
Oh no! Okay, so you step right into one of those rays of light and just like jazz hands. Here I am. So.
All right, guys, let's scatter. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Oh man, I forgot to mention this earlier, gang. The talented Dax Hammond is the one that did all these minis, all these maps. Those that are following us on BackerKit, these are the ones you're going to get as a stretch goal. So good stuff. All right. So it's the Swarm Tribe trying to hide, but not doing a good job of it, unfortunately. But any other actions though you'd like to? Well, that's right. You tried to hide and you moved, so you're done. Okay. All right. Okay, now it's Bargle's turn. What is Bargle going to do? Let's see here. You got some different things you can do, Bargle. Yeah, Bargle squeals. He's got this bone club in his hands, and onward, my precious, he says to the spider. You think he's talking to the spider? You're not quite sure. Yeah, that's all he does from there. He's going to kind of hold his action. And then the pirate comes up. He is going to move towards the swarm tribe's the closest. He's going to double move. He'll take both of his actions to move up there. He kind of almost strolls up to you, and he says, look, I'm really sorry about this, mate. You really should stop the spideress and Bargle. And he like kind of lazily swings his sword at you. I'm not even going to roll because he is out of attacks, but he's like halfway trying is what it looks like. All right. And then the spider. So she is pretty quick. We just double check her movement here. Yep, it's a 40 movement. So she can get close to the swarm tribe. She's not going to be right up on you, a little bit away. That's perfect. All right, right there. So, but what she does is she does move, scurries along with her legs. Bargle's like cackling and such on top of her. It's this really interesting looking scene. And she shoots a globe of stuff out at, let's see who. So we've got 4 targets. Okay, so that is going to be the Wendigo. Wendigo, go ahead and make a reflex saving throw for me as this web shoots at you from the spider.
8.
Ooh, so you are tangled up. You are struck by the web. And, oh, pardon me. I forgot that I actually got to make a roll to hit first. I got a 10 on the die. Would anybody like to spend any vial?
I'll spend 1.
Okay, so that moves it to a 9 on the die. Okay, all right, so a 9. What's your AC, Wendigo?
12.
Okay, so you are missed by the goop. All right, and then it also spits like this. Well, okay, that's one of the goblins, I believe. Yep, that's one of the goblins. Okay, I'll let you determine which one, Dave. So it's going to shoot at you. It's like this this green substance it fires out of its mandibles, like right there. 15 on the die. Would anybody like to spend any bile? Okay, so what's your AC for the goblin, Dave?
Let's spend 3 on that. I apologize.
Okay.
My son came in and was distracted.
Oh, okay, no worries. Sorry, I'm moving around on pages that I didn't even see on the mic or on the camera. So
and I had hit the mute so that you didn't hear the teenager demanding things.
I
He
appreciate
wanted
that.
to know why Mom left the office light on. The answer was when I went to get my yarn, I forgot to turn it off when I left the room.
Well, Dave, don't be selfish, man. You got an extra goblin. Come on, let him play.
If he would, I would absolutely have him play.
Yeah. He has no interest at the moment.
But yeah, we'll spend 3 vial on that.
3 vial. Okay, so that brings the die down to a 12. Any more vial we'd like to spend, gang? Okay.
I'll spend 1 more of my vial.
Okay. All right, that brings it down to an 11. Okay. All right, what's your armor class for your goblin?
Unfortunately, it is 12.
Unfortunately, that is going to hit still. All right,
Okay.
so that goblin, whichever one you choose, takes 5 points of damage as this venom, this acidic venom burns his flesh.
And that was the bugbear that hit.
Okay, got it. That's what I was guessing. So, okay. All right, so the bugbear cries out in pain, but able to suck up that damage, though. All right, Bargle, yes, cries out. Wendigo, you're up now.
Well, what does it take to get out of this goop?
So it actually missed you. So it landed just to the left of you.
That's right.
And yep, you're fine and free to move.
I am moving up, and I'm gonna. Let's see. I'm not hurt yet. I'm gonna just wildly swing the sword at the spider.
At the spider, okay, got it. Yeah, you can make it up there. So because it charged 40 feet, so yeah, you make it right up next to the spider, and let's go ahead and hack off some legs, shall we? Let's do it.
I'm sure gonna try.
Okay.
Where did my mouse go? There it is. 19 plus a 20.
A dirty 20?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. All right. So, okay, go ahead and roll damage.
And that is the D7, the D3, plus 1.
Well, I actually did make a boo-boo earlier. It shouldn't be the D3 added that because that's not one of your natural attacks. It'd be to hit, but not to damage. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, but it'll still be +3 to damage. So D7 +3.
Okay, so let's do this again. 10.
10 dang, not
I
max
rolled an
damage. So,
X7.
yeah, so you hack off one of the legs and it makes some very unusual noise. Whatever a spider's cry of pain is, but it's still moving, but you hack off a leg. You do have your bite attack still if you'd like to take it.
It looks tasty. I'm going to try to bite another leg.
All right. Like eating crab.
So 17.
Nice. A 17 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
While she's
was
rolling
it-
that, does the spider need to roll the fortitude check for the sword?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Dave. But real
yes.
quick before I forget that, did you get a 14 on the D14?
Oh, that's a D14, not a D. I'm sorry, I rolled the D20. I need to roll that again.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah. Well, let me roll this while you're doing that. 17 on the die for the saving throw. Would anybody like to spend any bile? Yeah, that's kind of high. I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you get on the D14?
I got a 13 on the D14.
Because a 14
And
would still count as a crit. That's why I was asking. So
yeah, so I got 14, 15, 16.
Yep.
On the bite.
Yep, that'll still hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And then that is D4. For the bite, that's the D4 plus the D3 also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
D4,
+2,
D3,
okay.
+2. Yep.
Oh, that's a crit. That's crit. There's 7, there's 9 damage.
Okay, wow. So if you've taken any damage, you'll get half back, so you'll get 4
I
hit points
hadn't
back.
yet.
Okay,
I
so
just
yeah,
wanted
that's right. Yeah,
one thing I wanted to taste a spider.
So you hack off one, and then you go in and you bite the other one and rip it off, and the spider, rears back now on 6 legs instead of 8. It's still alive though, but well done, Wendigo. Wow. Okay. All right, back to the top of the round. Goblins, you're up.
So the smaller goblin hands the last remaining wraith sword that he has to the bugbear, and the bugbear just runs in and starts hacking at the spider.
Okay.
The smaller goblin, though, stands back and tries to shoot Bargle off the top with the blowgun again.
Okay.
So that's going to be a 7 with the blowgun.
7
and a
will
natural
unfortunately
20
miss.
with the sword.
Heck yeah, there we go. Nat 20. Okay, so look in the top right-hand corner of your character sheet, and you will see where it says crit die and crit table. I believe your crit table is 2.
111.
Okay, so
Or 3. It's 1
it is 3. Oh, yeah, is it 3? Okay, yeah, it's 3. Okay, and then go ahead and roll whatever your crit die is, because in DCC you use charts. Excuse me.
Oh, 1.
Oh, okay. Oh, Savage Attack inflicts 1d6 additional damage with this strike. So your regular damage plus a d6.
Nice
Okay,
job.
so that's the D7 plus a D6. So a natural 6 on the D6 and a 4 on the D7.
Okay, so your brave bugbear charges forward, swings his sword, and describe how you bring down the spideress.
The bugbear is incensed that this thing spit at it and melted so much of its fur off. And it just runs in with this savage, foaming mouth and just starts hacking away. And one of the hits just cleaves the head in half.
Beautiful. And Bargle, no, my preciouses! He screams as you do this. All right, well done. Swarm Tribe, standing in the spotlight. What do you do?
The swarm is going to... Let's see. So we can get to Bargle now, right?
Yes, Bargle is on top. The spider collapsed, and he's still sitting on top of it right now. You can absolutely get to Bargle, no problem.
Sweet. We'll go after him and try and swarm him.
All right, let's do it. You're just going to do an attack?
Yeah.
For now? Okay.
That's just a 12.
Just a 12. Okay, 12 unfortunately will miss.
Gotcha.
Okay, so but you're all over Bargle, just haven't done any damage yet. So Bargle swings his club frantically. The Swarm Tribe's the obvious one there, so he's going to swing at you. 16 on the die. Would anybody like to spend any bile? Okay. All right, Bargle, you will deal 1 point of damage, so you take just 1 point of damage. Swarm Tribe, you can't round down from 1. So, yeah, if he just like hits one of your swarm and that's it. So,
Gotcha.
okay.
Out of curiosity from earlier when you said I got some hit points back, how much was that?
It was two hit points.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, all right. So Bargle doesn't do much. He starts screaming like mad. Okay, and then the pirate. You got to kill him too, like I told you. And he swings at you, Wendigo, again, casually. He's only going to roll a D16 because he is not trying at all. So, all right, let's see here. I got a 14 on the die. Would anybody like to spend any bile?
I'll spend 2.
Okay, that'll bring it down to a 12 on the die.
I'll throw one more in there.
Okay, I'll bring it down to an 11 on the die.
I'll throw one in just to see if bringing it down.
To 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got a 12 AC.
Okay, all right. Any more? Just want to make sure before we move forward. Any more bile? Okay. All right. So unfortunately, he does still hit. And you take 4 points of damage. And then also you make a DC 10 will saving throw for me. As this Beyblade bites into you. Sorry about that, he says as he hits you with his sword.
15.
Okay, so you're fine. You do feel like for a moment it's really odd. Wait, no, actually, hang on. Nope, you're immune to this because you're undead. Never mind.
Yeah,
nothing would have happened to you. Yep, paralysis doesn't affect you. So, yep. Okay. So, all right. So it didn't matter anyway. All right, and Wendigo, it's your turn.
You look pre-cooked.
Are you saying this to Bargle?
I'm saying this to Bargle. I wonder how you taste.
No, he yells at. He just says, "Precious!" to you.
I'm. The sword's been too useful. I'm swinging with the sword first.
Okay.
So that is the D20 plus the D3.
Correct. Yeah, for hit. Yeah, to attack.
So that is 17.
17 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And then the D7. And it's plus 3, so that's 8 damage.
Nice. 8 damage. So you strike you actually shove your sword through Bargle's heart. And no, he says, and then you see this weird energy start to flow around him. Give me one moment. Did 8 damage. Okay, well, so he is rolling a saving throw for something. There's a 13 on the die. Would anybody like to spend any bile before I tell you what happens? Okay. All right. So that's wise to not do anything. He rolled pretty low. He had to roll pretty high for this because the damage was huge. So Bargle cries out in pain, "No!" And then he falls down dead. And you see just tumble out of his hand the stone that glows bright green, the one that you've been looking for. And we are now out of combat. The pirate immediately stands down and, well, that took long enough, mate. He looks at the stone, then looks at you, looks back at the stone, then looks at all of you.
We're taking it to the Dark Lord.
I pick it up.
Almost cost me that. He finally sheathes his sword. Thought I was going to have to do something there. All right, well, what would it be, boss?
And now everybody's looking to you as the boss, Wendigo.
Yeah.
Of course.
Entire swarm.
May not be the most intelligent thing in the world, because I'm not the most intelligent thing in the world. We take it back like we were told to do.
So I just, he points back with a thumb, just go back to my ship, eh?
You do what the Dark Lord told you to do.
What's another 1,000 years? Aye, aye. He says, and he spins about on his heels and goes back to his ship. It's a pirate's life for me. He starts to sing, and
If you're bored, you can come with us, though.
he pauses immediately when you say that. You mean it?
Why not? What's the worst that happens? Stark Lord comes back, he sends you back here. You get a break.
Well, I'm bound to the ship.
One of the goblins walks over, goes, bound to the ship, huh? Come here.
Right.
It waves the bugbear over. The bugbear grabs a plank and just rips it off the side of the boat, walks over, and just goes, stay with the ship.
Yeah, and it's rotted, so it's super easy for the bugbear to do. And he looks at it and reaches up and would scratch his head, but then he realizes he's incorporeal. And I never thought of that. Well, shiver me timbers, he says, and he leans down to the other goblin. He says, if you go on board, there's a cask of something you might like. Only keep it to yourself, little fella.
And the little goblin runs in and grabs it.
So he runs on the ship, and yeah, it's a really rundown ship, and you don't see anybody else on it or anything. And he does find when he runs along the deck, there's an ironwood bear. It's a big ironwood made. The barrel's made out of iron wood, sitting there on the deck, and it's got a cork in it.
How large is it? Is it something he can pick up and carry, or
no?
It's a barrel.
So when you go over and test it, it doesn't have much of whatever the liquid is that's left in it. You can move it, but it's a full-size barrel, which you could probably carry. It'd just be more cumbersome than heavy because you're just so small and it's so big. But there's not much liquid
around
in
for
it.
like a bucket.
Yeah, you do find. Yeah, this is a pirate ship, of course. Yeah,
bails out a bucket of the fluid.
So when you turn it on, you remove the cork and pour it out. It's only enough for probably about one drink. What do you do?
Upends the bucket.
All right, so he drinks it down the hatch. So he feels this like tingling feeling, and then roll a d12 for me, Dave.
A natural 12.
Nice. And then all of a sudden he grows 12 inches in height. And I'm going to just, because it's a group of goblins, it's how it works. I'm going to say it affects the bugbear too, gets larger. You permanently add a +1 to either your strength or stamina, whichever one's lower. So I'm assuming that'd be strength for your character because they're actually going to, yeah. Does that get it up to a 13?
No.
Ah, dang it. Yeah, 13 is where you get
11.
That's okay. Hey, a little stronger, and that does help sometimes. So, okay. Does your goblin want to continue to look around the ship at all?
Sure, he'll give a cursory check. He doesn't want to take too long.
Okay. All right. So you look around. You actually do find at one point you find a chest and you open it, and there's a bunch of gold inside, like a ton of it. And it's all stamped with the Dark Lord's fiery mouth. It is, let's see, let me tell you how much total. 260 gold, which is a fortune.
As much as he can carry goes into the sack.
Start stuffing it in. We'll say whatever means you have, you're able to figure it out. So the Swarm Tribe and the Wendigo, while the Goblin runs off to the ship, what are you two doing?
I've turned and I'm getting ready to head out.
Okay, so yeah, you've got your
It's
soul stone.
taken a long time.
Oh, he I wanted to do him a favor for helping me out, you see. Well, if this works, and he starts walking behind you with the plank. So how is the Dark Lord? It's been a long time since I've seen him.
I think he'll be much better once we get the stone back.
Aye. And then what about the Swarm Tribe? What are you doing during this?
Swarm Tribe is going to try and save themselves a little bit of a walk. They're going to see if they can kind of start crawling up onto the Wendigo just to hitch a ride.
Okay. All right, Wendigo, are you bothered by this? I mean, they weigh practically nothing.
They've done it before.
Yeah, there you go. Love it.
They're
Okay.
too little to be food.
All right. So, and then the Goblin and the Bugbear, I'm assuming you rejoin eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe your sack's a little bit
Picturing
bulging
Benny
full.
from the Mummy. He's just got bags tucked over everywhere, blinking as he walks.
Love it. Okay. So you guys make your way back. We're not going to do anything else. We'll just get cut to pretty much the final scene. So you make it back to the chamber, and there's there's 3 Wraith Magnates standing there. The pirate is actually able to come with you. He's a little bit chatty, and he's amazed that this works. And they're standing there in the chamber, and well done. You hear one of their ghostly voices say, "Give us the stone so we may revive our Dark Lord." And then what do?
I'll hand over the stone. That was the whole point.
Okay, so you hand over the stone, and he takes it and then sets it on top of the pedestal. And there's this loud blast. The Mountain Bane erupts again, and then you see the maw form and starts laughing sinisterly, and we will conclude right there. So, well done. You were able to save the Dark Lord from the menacing humans and their allies.
I'm not going to lie. This has been a blast to watch from backstage.
It's been a blast.
A lot of fun to run.
Yeah.
You guys did a
Great.
great job. You were great to have in this game. I love that you really leaned into playing monsters. But that's one thing I love about this setting. When Eddie Bartlett and I designed it originally, once we started running it, it was like there's this one of my friends. I won't name his daughter's name just to be safe, but a younger lady, and she played the Wendigo, and just seeing her get so savage, just like, you're a sweet young girl and you're doing all this, but it was fun. She was having such a good
No one that
time.
knows me at work would recognize me when gaming.
Yeah, exactly. But even in this, because, usually you're playing adventurers, which is fun. Don't get me wrong. I love playing adventurers too, but it's nice to play the other side and just to do some crazy fun things, So it was really a delight running this game for all of you.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining us, John. Thanks for bringing your game to us. This was, I mean, even just watching from backstage like I was and handling the maps and everything, it was still a blast to watch everything happening. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget, if you like the maps that we typically have, these aren't my maps, so I can't claim these. Head on over to arkandforge.com, pick up a copy of the Ark and Forge Toolkit, put in the coupon code KOTSDT. That'll get you $5 off of every item in your cart. If you like Norse, or if you like dice, like what gamer doesn't like dice, head on over to norsefoundry.com, pick out the dice you want, put in that same coupon code KOTSDT, and that will get you 10% off your entire order. The last thing, I didn't have any tonight. I should have had a cup of it. But our sponsor, Poppets Coffee. If you love great coffee, head on over to poppetscoffee.com. They ship anywhere in North America. And I think that's it. Normally, I would close off with Keep It Savage, folks, but we're not playing Savage Worlds tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you Thursday for Altered Morality,
Where I get to play a bad guy again.
Keep it evil.
I love it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.